Good morning, students. This video I am going to explain you the chapter circles of class 10. First of all, let me explain some basic concepts of the circle so that we can do the problems of the exercise. Okay. The circle, basically, what are the requirements? What are the dimensions? What are the things required to draw a circle? Okay. We need the radius to draw a circle. We need the radius to draw a circle from any point. And when we have some radius, you can draw a circle with taking a point here. And the radius is nothing but the distance from center to any point on the circle. Any point. Even if this is radius, any point on the circle. This is radius, this is radius. So it will be at equal distance. Actually, in your 11th and 12th grade, you will learn some other definition of circle. They talk about something like the locus of the points. The locus of the points which are equidistant from a particular point. And the locus of the point which are equidistant from a locus means the path that move. Which are equidistant from, this is a path, but this path is made up of different points. All these points will satisfy the condition. What is the condition? Equidistant from a certain point. That equidistance is called a radius and the point is called a center. This point is called center of a circle, and this equal distance from center to all the points of the circle is called a radius of a circle. So this already you know, you might have learned in your 9th grade only, but here you are going to learn about the tangent of a circle. What is a tangent actually? What is a tangent? See, before going to the tangent, I will tell you one thing. I told you this path is made up of different points, right? This path is made up of different points. Okay. See, very important point to note is no two points lie on the same line. No two points. Any two if you take. Even the beside points also if you take, they don't lie on the same line. Because it is completely a curve. No two points will be. No two points, any pair. If you take this and this also, they will not be in a, no three points will be in the same line. Okay? No 2 points will be in the same line. No 2 points. If you draw a line, it will be away from the circle. That means on a circle, all the points will be on a curve but not in a line. Okay? Now, the tangent means, the line that touches the circle or that touches the curve, any curve. It may be circle, it may be ellipse. In your future classes, you will learn about the circle, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, like that. See, the line that touches the circle at a single point, is called a tangent. At a single point means it should meet at only one point. And one more important thing is, if it is meeting at one point, it will never meet any other point of the circle. And it should not meet also. The property of the tangent is, if the tangent is touching any point on a circle, and that tangent should not touch any other point. Suppose some people they draw, if you want to draw tangent, they draw like this. This is wrong. Because it should be like touching at single point only. Only a single point. No 2 points should be on a single line. Okay? This is wrong representation, and it should not, some people to draw very neatly, they do like this, which is wrong. So always the tangent of a circle is the line that touches the circle at a single point. Before going to the tangent, I tell you this is a tangent. What is a chord and what is a secant of a line? And from that, I'll bring out the tangent. See, if there is a circle, I told you there are different points on a circle. So, chord of a circle means the line joining any 2 points of a circle. Any two. It may be here, or it may be here, or it may be here, anywhere. The line joining any 2 points of a circle is called a chord of a circle. And this is the line segment. If they stop here, this is called a chord. And if the line extends, it is called secant line. That means the line segment joining any 2 points of a circle is called a chord of a circle. But the line passing through any 2 points of a circle is secant of a circle. I repeat, the line segment joining any 2 points of a circle is called a chord of a circle, and the line passing through any 2 points of a circle is called a secant. See, the secant of a circle will be line passing through any 2 points. See, the secant line is passing through A and B. That means if the secant line moves towards here and towards here and towards here, it will pass through only one point here. It will pass through only one. That means if A and B are here, secant line will be like this. And if A and B are here, secant point will be like this. If A and B are a single point, secant will be like this. That means the secant will become a tangent. The secant will become a tangent if A is equal to B. That means it should be at a single point. It should be at a single point. So that is the definition of a tangent, chord, and secant of a circle. And the property of a tangent of a circle, what happens, and there is a proof for this also. The tangent of a circle, suppose if I take tangent anywhere, suppose if it is P, if it is O is the center of the circle, the radius is always perpendicular to the tangent, or the perpendicular drawn from the tangent will be always passing through the center of the circle. That's what we have to prove. How to prove? Very simple here. Suppose if you take any point other than this, suppose if you take Q, here, and if you join OQ, this is the line passing through center of the circle, but this is not a tangent. This will not meet on the circle because the line is not meeting on the circle. And if you take here also, anywhere if you take, this is the shortest distance. So the radius is always the shortest distance of a circle. And the shortest distance will be always equal to the perpendicular distance. So we can say that this is the perpendicular, and the perpendicular always passes through point of contact. Okay, now let us see the first exercise. This is the first exercise. How many tangents can a circle have? A circle will have infinite number of tangents, agree? Because a circle will have many number of points. Because this path is all made of different points. So for every point you can draw one tangent. So it will be of infinite tangents. Now fill in the blanks. A tangent to a circle intersects it in only one point. Tangent to a circle intersects the circle in only one point. Next one. A line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called. A line intersecting circle in 2 points. Just now I told you it is called secant line. And a circle can have dash number of parallel tangents at the most. Parallel tangent. This is important. I'll explain it. Parallel tangent means suppose if I take a point here, and there should be a parallel tangent to this. Parallel tangent to this will happen only at the diameter. Because other than diameter, if you take any point, the tangents will not be parallel and they will intersect. Because just now we proved that the perpendicular will be always passing through the center, or the radius is always passing through the point of contact. If I take this center, this will be perpendicular and this will be perpendicular, this will be 90. So how many parallel tangents you can draw at most? For a pair of 2 parallel tangents can be drawn. Like that, how many? Infinite pair of parallel tangents can be drawn. But here what did they say? Can have dash parallel tangents. Only 2 parallel tangents can be drawn. Pair of parallel lines can be drawn at most. Okay. Next question. The common point of a circle of tangent and a circle is called. See, this is the tangent and this is the point. This point is called point of contact. It is called point of contact. Okay. Next one. A tangent PQ at the point of the circle of radius 5 centimeters, and here we have to apply the theorem property. See what is happening here in the question number 3. Center is O. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle through the center O at a point Q so that OQ is equal to 12. So this is P and this is given here Q at a point Q of the circle. You are given OQ is 12 and radius is 5. Radius is 5, OQ is 12. And what did they say? Find PQ. We have to find out PQ. See, I told you, if this is a tangent, this will be 90 degrees always. Always the tangent is perpendicular to the radius of a circle. So, if this is 90 degrees, this will become hypotenuse. Okay. Now, we have to find out this thing, PQ. So, we'll apply Pythagoras theorem here. PQ square plus OP square is equal to OQ square. PQ square we need, plus OP square is 25, OQ square is 144. So PQ square is 144 minus 25, it becomes 119. So PQ is equal to square root of 119. It is in fourth option. Draw a circle and two lines parallel to given line, and one is a tangent and one is the secant line. See. Next question, last question, what did they say? They told us, draw a circle. They want two parallel tangents. One should be a secant line and one should be a tangent. That's it. It is a secant line and it is a tangent. Secant line passes through 2 points. Tangent line passes through 1 point. Actually, we have to draw tangent very carefully. It should meet at only 1 point. You might have understood in the constructions chapter also. The tangent should always meet in single point of a circle. This is the thing. In the next video, we'll go with the second exercise. Okay.